Before we get into this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. All right, breaking down match day 10 in the NPFL. We're going to look at some news, some results, and also some highlights. But before that, let's go back to match day 6. Rivers United hosting Kwara United. Enyimba with a beautiful turn and finish past the goalkeeper. You see the turn, you see the strike. It was a power driver. Goalkeeper stood no chance. 1-0 in the match. But the third goal of the match was the best goal in my opinion. Duru outside the box. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a powerful strike. And shout out to his teammate for actually not taking the shot. Most players would have taken that shot, but he believed in his teammate Duru, and he delivered on that note. That's just a beautiful goal. I thought we'd start the show with that. And moving on to the news, Dakkada FC now allowed back in Uyo by the LMC. I don't know why they have to be given an allowance for that. I mean, penalized for 3 games, and they played the 3 games. But anyway, statement comes out, Dakkada will be back in Uyo. And moving on, we talk about Sunday Fale's return to Shooting Stars. A quick backdrop on the story is that Sunday Fale was a young player doing real good at Shooting Stars. He was invited for the home base Eagles, ended up representing Nigeria at the Chan. Nigeria won silver in that competition. He scored a goal, had a pretty good performance, and right after that, he hurt his wrist. And maybe that was just the worst thing that could have happened at that point, because this was a young player who was doing good at that time, and all of a sudden he sees his mortality. He sees that he can be injured and his career can be taken from him at any time. Long story short, he goes AWOL on the team, tries to push a move. At the end of the day, goes to the 2nd division in Poland. Doesn't really do too good over there, and he was actually invited for the under-23s, a couple of qualification matches, and people kind of raised their eyebrows of that because he wasn't really performing over there. But long story short, he comes back to the NPFL, this time on loan from Dukla Prague in the Czech Republic. Signed a deal that lasts till 2024. So either way it goes, at the end of this season, more than likely he goes back to Czech Republic and hopefully he picks up his form. On to the results. Enugu Rangers hosted Plateau United in their adopted home of Nnewi, and that match ended 0-1 in favor of Plateau United. Buhari Ibrahim got the goal for Plateau United, and that was off a goalkeeping error. Long throw came in by the man himself, Itoto Daniels, the long throw master, and the goalkeeper Bamidele Adeniyi made the mistake. Buhari Ibrahim was there to capitalize on it, and the score was 0-1 in the first half, and that's how it ended. And there were a bunch of chances for Enugu Rangers, which they didn't take, but at the end of the day, the match ended 0-1. If you're Enugu Rangers, what can you say? They're playing in Nnewi, they're adopted ground, and they're not having fun there. The pitch is not suitable for a team like Enugu Rangers, not just the team in general. When you look at the coach, Abdul Maikaba, what he did in Akwa United, what he done in other clubs, he's a coach that loves playing good football, loves his players to keep the ball on the ground, love them to make nice short passes, and you can't really do that on the Nnewi pitch. If we're being honest, no disrespect to Nnewi or anything, shout out to them, but at the end of the day, you can't do that on that pitch. And I feel like if I was the management, I'd just bring them back to a secondary school, primary school, or anything. It's better to play at home in a horrible pitch than go all the way somewhere else to be playing in a horrible pitch. It defeats the purpose completely. I feel Plateau United must be beating their chest right now. What does the future hold? Do they have a title challenge in them? I don't know, but right now it's looking good. Fidelis Ilechukwu, a guy that has finished 2nd in the league before with a much smaller club than Plateau United. So, I mean, the chips are all there, and who knows what could happen. Hopefully, we get to see more of both teams playing good football, and hopefully, Enugu Rangers settle this matter. I just don't feel it is the right thing for the season. It's almost like they're throwing away the season if they stay in there. I'm just being honest. And moving on, Akwa United hosted Kwara United in Uyo, and that match ended 1-1, a draw. Poor result for Akwa United. Good result for Kwara United. You know how it goes in the NPFL. Stephen Chukwudi opened up the scoring in the first half. Kwara United actually had a penalty which they missed. My main man himself, Stephen Rude Jude, missed the penalty and was actually subbed off right after that because I think he suffered a concussion early on because he was on the ground for a long time receiving treatment. They get a penalty. I don't know. I guess he's the man, so they give him the penalty. He misses it, and I guess that just lets the coach and the medical team know he's not okay. They take him out right after that. But anyways, in the second half, Samad Kadri, the former Lobi Stars and Enyimba striker, got a header from a corner kick and got the equalizer for his team. Good result for Kwara United. Like I said, poor result for Akwa United. Kwara United now 4 points in 2 matches. Got the win against Gombe United. Main player I saw from Kwara United was Muratala Lawal, the left back. Real fine player. Real good performance he had. Real strong performance in that match. And yes, Kwara United looking good. Hopefully they pick up with these results. Akwa United not so good. I feel like Akwa United definitely need a striker. They definitely need somebody that can get them goals, confirmed goals, not just maybe goals. You go from losing Charles Ashimane 19 goals last season. Also, in the middle of last season, you sold the top scorer in the NPFL in Nifrike Effiong. Just lucky enough, Charles Ashimane came into his own and became the top scorer in the league. But now that luck is not going to work. They got a striker by committee system, like 3 different strikers. Not going to work. You need to go out there and get a known name. Somebody who's known for scoring at least 15 to 20 goals every season. Because if that is not done, I don't see Akwa United challenging for the title. Because if you watch their last 2 matches, so many missed opportunities. And you're like, can't anybody just put the ball in the back of the net? And that's what you need. You need somebody who's going to put the ball in the back of the net. And that's just clear. Stephen Chukwudi, great striker, but you need somebody to pair with him, especially in that Akwa United system with their 2 strikers. So you definitely need somebody to pair with him. The other players look like they're doing good, but without a striker, I just don't see how any of this is going to work for Akwa United. And moving on, Rivers United hosted Dakkada FC in Port Harcourt. Rivers United ended up winning that match by 2-1. Ishak Kayode scored the first goal, assisted by Chijoke Akuneto. The equalizer was scored right before halftime. Rising star Emmanuel Ayaosi got the leveler for Dakkada. A solo effort, a turn and a shot right into the back of the net. And the second goal for Rivers United was scored by that man himself. Ishak Kayode got his brace, this time from the penalty spot after a handball was adjudged by the referee. And that's how the match ended, 2-1 in favor of Rivers United. Rivers United still undefeated on the season, 6 wins and 4 draws, and they're looking like the team everybody's going to be chasing this season. Not a good result for Dakkada, although the performance was good enough to at least get a point out of the situation. That's not what happened. They ended up losing the match by 2-1, and they just need to find ways to get some points out of these matches. They can't just go away from home, play good, and not take anything from it. They have to find a way to get something out of these matches. The biggest highlight of this match to me were the young players on display. So many good young players on the pitch, and they definitely didn't disappoint. First of all, you talk about Ishak Kayode, scored the brace, man of the moment, never disappoints, now has 9 goals in 10 matches. You wonder how many goals he's going to score this season. His strike partner, Chijoke Akuneto, got the assist for the first goal. And you talk about a young player, you have to talk about Emmanuel Ayaosi for Dakkada FC. Scored the goal for Dakkada. Looking good this season. Been scoring goals, been making assists. And in a short space of time, he has really made a name for himself in the NPFL. Moving on, Abia Warriors hosting Wikki Torres. And that match ended 3-0 in favor of Abia. Valentine Odor scored the first goal, assisted by Udochukwu Anumudu. And the second goal was scored by the same man, Valentine Odor. Third goal scored by Godwin Obaje, assisted by Ifeanyi Wikki. And that was how it ended, 3-0 in favor of Abia Warriors. Abia now back to winning ways. Good result for them. Great scoring performance for them. While Wikki, this is just not it. They've been having good performances at home, but when they go away from home, it's like a different team, and that's just not what should be happening. If you're trying to make it into the continent, you have to play the away matches just the same as the home matches if you hope to make it to the continent, because teams in the continent are going to get results away from home. You see Rivers United getting results away from home. You see Remo Stars getting results away from home. So there's no need to believe that you're going to make it anywhere without getting results away from home. And that's just how I feel about that situation. As I said, good results for Abia Warriors, bad result for Wikki. And we move next up, Katsina United hosting Sunshine Stars, and Sunshine Stars finally lose the game. Katsina United went by a goal to nil. Mustafa Salisu scored, and he was assisted by Ama Chibundu, and that was all it took for Katsina United. 3 points in that match gets them off the relegation zone, but there's still a lot of work to be done if they want to be considered safe. Sunshine's 7-match unbeaten run comes to an end, and they fall out the top half of the log, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be back. Next, Nasarawa United hosted Enyimba FC in Lafia. Match ended 2-1 in favor of Nasarawa United. Victor Mboma opened up the scoring for Enyimba off a goalkeeper mistake, while Tolulokwe Oluwale equalized for Nasarawa United. The next goal came late from Shamasu Muhammad, assisted by Abubakar Abdullahi, and that gave Nasarawa United the 2-1 lead, and that's how the match ended. Nasarawa United climbing their way up, now number 10 on the log, lost their last match away at Wikki, and now get a big scalp at their home against Enyimba Football Club. And at the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to. Will Nasarawa United get points away from home? Because they seem pretty solid at home, but away from home, their form is not so good. Enyimba Football Club still in and around those continental slots. But if I was to give them a grade, it would be a C, because they have not been consistent enough. Moving on, Lobi Stars hosting Niger Tornadoes in Markodi, a match that ended in a 1-1 draw. Shamsuddin Hashim scored the first goal for Niger Tornadoes, and Ifeanyi Ogba equalized for Lobi Stars in the second half, and that's how the match ended, 1-1. Lobi Stars, another bad result for Lobi Stars, a draw at home, and according to the coach, it was a performance that lacked commitment from the players. I personally feel you can't give what you don't have, but on the other hand, the coach is the one who watches these guys train, and he feels like they have the quality but just not the commitment. As far as Niger Tornadoes, good result for them. A draw away from home really would have taken them out of the relegation zone, if not that the teams around them actually had good results. But when they go back home, if they get a good result at home, I'm pretty sure they'll be out of the relegation zone by the next match day. Good performance to get the draw. Nice goal scored by them. Just a shame that they couldn't hold on to the lead and end up winning the match, but still a good performance, and hopefully they can build on that performance against Lobi Stars. And moving on, 3SC Shooting Stars hosted Heartland FC in Ibadan, and that match ended 4-0 in favor of Shooting Stars. Just a whitewash of Heartland FC. Daniel Kolawale opened up the scoring for Shooting Stars. Taufik Malomo scored the second goal. Ayo Adejubu scored the third, and Raheem Nafu scored the fourth. And that's how it ended, 4-0 in favor of Shooting Stars. Just a horrible result for Heartland FC. Still 19th on the log. They couldn't go any further down because MFM was just as bad as they were. But just a horrible result for Heartland FC. Hopefully things can turn around, but where and how are things going to turn around? Those are the questions for Heartland FC. A lot of soul searching to be done in Owerri, and hopefully they get the right answers. Shooting Stars were in the same exact position Heartland FC are seeing themselves in right now. A historic team falling ungracefully, just falling and falling, and we can all see it. It's disgraceful, it's shameful, but you can take a note from 3SC Shooting Stars. When they fell all the way to the NNL, they built their brand, they came back, and look what they're doing now, 4-0 against Heartland FC. I feel the result itself was nostalgic because it makes you go back to a time when Shooting Stars were actually monsters of the Nigerian Football League, not what they are now, just an up-and-comer right now. but hopefully they get back to those moments. Next up, Gombe United hosted MFM, and that match ended 3-0 in favor of Gombe United. Abdulaziz Yusuf scored the first goal, and he was assisted by Kelechi Chimezie. Aminu Mohammed was assisted by Abubakar Sadiq for the second goal, and Abdulaziz Yusuf scored his brace, and he was assisted by Aminu Mohammed, who had a goal and assist in that match. Great performance by Gombe United. I told y'all about Gombe United, real strong team, but really, what can you say when you're playing an MFM side stuck at the bottom of the log, looking like an early candidate for relegation? As far as Gombe United, out of the relegation zone, good performance by them. They just now have to go and get some points away from home to ensure that they're totally safe in the Nigerian Professional Football League. I think this is a team that probably in a season or two might be competing for continental slots. But right now, they just need to get out that relegation area, going closer to the top half of the table. Last but not least, Remo Stars held Kano Pillars to a 0-0 draw away from home. That makes Remo Stars still undefeated in the NPFL this season. That's 20 points out of 10 matches, 5 wins and 5 draws in 10 matches. Great performances by Remo Stars. Who would have ever thought that Remo Stars would be right here, right now at this point in this season? And Kano Pillars slowly but surely crawling out of that bottom half of the log. They were actually in the top half of the log last match day, but this match day with a draw at home, which we know is the second worst result you can get at home. And just like I said with Enugu Rangers, I would say the same thing here. The field is just not adequate enough, and for a team to be traveling that far to go play on a pitch like that, that's just ridiculous. Moving to the highlights, we start with Enyimba Football Club traveling all the way to Nasarawa United. First goal of the match was scored by Victor Mboma. A long ball comes into the area, goalkeeper makes a hash of it, and Victor Mboma reaches the ball between 3 defenders and still slams it past the goalkeeper to give Enyimba the 1-0 lead. As you see, the ball looked pretty innocent coming from long range. The goalkeeper made a movie out of it, and Victor Mboma slams it past him, and that's 1-0. The equalizer was scored by Tolulokwe Oluwale, brings it off his chest and volleys it into the back of the net. The cross comes in from Michael Tochukwu, and his teammate gets a head on it. Tolulokwe Oluwale is allowed to bring the ball off his chest, cook a dinner, make a meal, wash his dishes, and still slam the ball into the back of the net. Poor defended by Enyimba Football Club right there. And yeah, the score is 1-1. The match winner was scored by Shamasu Muhammad. We don't really see it. We just see him running away. I don't know why the guy recording took it away at that very moment. Probably being excited. But either way, the score ended 2-1 in favor of Nasarawa United. And this is Shooting Stars hosting Heartland FC. And Shooting Stars just whitewashed at Heartland FC. First goal scored by Daniel Kolawale, and you see it inside the box, slams it past the goalkeeper into the bottom right corner. Beautiful strike by him, and that's just 1-0. Long throw comes in, his teammate lays it off. His other teammate looks the ball all the way to Kolawale, and he does the job. Finally slams it past the goalkeeper. Coming into the game, Taufik Malomo gets the goal right in as a substitute. Ball comes to him outside the box, and he just powers it past the goalkeeper. Low shot. Goalkeeper stood no chance, and that's the second goal of the match from Taufik Malomo, and that's just a beautiful strike by him. Clean strike. Third goal of the match was scored by Ayo Adejubu, and you see he gets the ball, gets it past the goalkeeper, and slips it into the back of the net. Beautiful run by him, and just a beautiful way to just touch it and get it past the goalkeeper. And by the way, that pass is just beautiful. And this was the fourth goal. Nice flick right there. Fourth goal of the match was scored by Raheem Nafu, as you see him right there. Almost at the penalty spot, slams it past the goalkeeper, and the score, Shooting Stars of Ibadan 4, Heartland FC 0. Beautiful flick right there, and nice movement, nice pass, and just the final shot into the back of the net, and that's good enough for them. 4-0 was the final score, Shooting Stars over Heartland FC. And moving on, Lobi Stars hosting Niger Tornadoes, and Lobi Stars were on the back foot. First goal right here, Just how do you allow that happen? Beautiful pass and beautiful finish. Doesn't even touch the ball. Just slams it into the back of the net. Shamsuddin Hashim just guides it past the goalkeeper Stanley Wabili. And the equalizer was scored by Ifeanyi Ogba. Nice slam past the goalkeeper. Nice run. Nice dribble, as you see. And that's the equalizer. Gets it past the defender and just powers it into the open spot. Goalkeeper stood no chance. That's how that match ended, 1-1. Next, you have Abia Warriors hosting Wikki Tourists at the Okigwe Township Stadium. First goal scored by Valentine Odor, assisted by Godwin Obaje. Cross comes in from Udochukwu Anumudu, and Godwin Obaje gets his head on it. And Valentine Odor with the easiest job of just putting the ball into the back of an empty net. And the score, Abia Warriors 1, Wikki Tourists 0. Second goal scored by the man again, Valentine Odor. Gets it in the box and slams it past the goalkeeper into the back of the net. And the score is Abia Warriors 2, Wikki Tourists 0. Third goal was scored by Godwin Abaje. A header inside the box, puts it past the goalkeeper. And that was the third goal of the match. And the score, Abia Warriors 3, Wikki Tourists 0. And that's how the match ended. Moving on, Rivers United hosting Dakkada FC in Port Harcourt. And we're going to start with a highlight of the goalkeeper for Dakkada FC, Thomas Omokudu. Just a wicked deflection, and he still makes a super save out of the situation. Keeps the score at 0-0. As you see, shot comes in, the deflection, and just the ability to change direction at the drop of a dime. Next up, another brilliant save by Thomas Omokudu. This time, Ishak with the cross. Chijoke Akuneto connects. Great save by Thomas Omokudu. Seems like he was already down, but he stayed up long enough and made that touch. Gets the ball over the bar. Great save, but nothing he could do about this. This was the first goal. Ishak Kayode, assisted by Chijoke Akuneto, and he slips it past Thomas Omokudu. And that's good enough for 1-0. You see ball right to him. Nice touch and a beautiful finish right there by Ishak Kayode. And that's the first goal of the game for Rivers United. Equalizer not too long from there. The beautiful turn, the beautiful strike, and oh my goodness, that man, Emmanuel Ayaosi, turning into a man this season. Just look at this, the turn and just beautiful strike. Doesn't even take his time, just powerful strike past the goalkeeper. Beautiful strike. Let's check it out again. Just the touch, the turn, and one-time shot. Goalkeeper just takes the ball out the net. That's his only job on that case. Second goal of the match for Rivers United came from a handball. I didn't see it, but it was a handball given. Rivers United get the handball. That man himself, Ishak Kayode, given the responsibility at the spot. He steps up, and who really had a doubt? Beautiful penalty taken by Ishak Kayode. Second goal for him in the match, 9th goal in the season. And we move. Akwa United hosting Kwara United. First goal was scored by Stephen Chukwudi of Akwa United, assisted by the setup kid Seth Mai. Puts it on the plate for him, and he slips it past the goalkeeper into the back of the net. Nice 1-2 with Samuel Amadi to free up Seth Mai, and he just puts it right there for Stephen Chukwudi, and that's the first goal of the match. Kwara United had a great opportunity in the first half. Penalty kick. Central defender Dennis Inya handled the ball in his area. Up steps Ruju to take the penalty. He kicks it and it crashes it into the crossbar. That chance goes away, but late in the second half, Samar Kadri, former Lobi star striker, comes off the bench, gets his head on the ball, and that's the equalizer for Kwara United. Runs into the area, poor defending by Akwa United, and he just powers everybody. And that's how the match ended. Also, that's how we're going to end the breakdown of match day 10 in the NPFL. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.